Adventurer, welcome to Scratch Quest. This is day 2 of learning math from scratch, and today we'll be learning about UHF and UHM. Previously, we learned about the very basics like addition, subtraction, divisions, and multiplication, and the types of numbers and numbers. Today, we'll be learning about UHF and UHM. I'm using this book called Everything You Need to Know About Math in one fat book notebook. You can purchase it online if you search it. Be sure to check it out. I will be using this book which I previously used to be a guide and to learn. I will also be using AI in further chapters where I honestly really don't know much. So I will leave just the circulation. So previously we learned about the basics like types of numbers, positive numbers. We skip about absolute value, but now we are in UHF. I skip absolute value because it's the concept that is really simple. Yes, it will come in further down in chapters, but it's not that important in context of our learning journey. It's important in context of math, but just not in our conditions. I will learn it later on to give you and summary to there is a feeling when you don't learn that much and you have the feeling like you missed something. So let's have a quick explanation about absolute value. Absolute value just means the distance between the numbers from zero. So absolute value is represented by absolute value represented by this bracket sign, and number is put inside this. When you say absolute value of these four, the absolute value is 4. Yeah, just means distance between them. For example, the absolute value of minus 4 in here is, let's count it from the distance between from the number to the 0. So let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So absolute value of minus 4 is 4. If absolute value of, again, 4, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 is 4. So absolute value of whatever number you have put inside will always be the number, but the difference is you will never be negative. So you turn the negative number into positive. That's the thing that the absolute value does. The distance is always positive, and distance is always positive, honestly, and it turns any negative number into positive. So minus 4 will be 4, 2 and minus 256 will be 256, because it doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. The distance between minus 4 and 0 is same as the distance between 4 and the 0. It is not that different. This is absolute value. It's really simple, but it will be used in higher level to do much more complex calculation. But for now, this is a very basic of what absolute value really is. This is a thing that you can skip for now. You don't have to really go into the depth, as it's not the thing that will be covered in this chapter, in this whole journey of learning math for the basic in this book. You will not find much more absolute value in this book. I hope so, I guess. So yeah, we have completed about absolute value. If you need to know much more in depth, you can go check out in channel like Math Antics and other, where they explain topics in really interesting manners. Now let's go to the really interesting chapter 4, UHF and UHM, or factors and greatest common factors. Before we go in, this chapter is one of the most important that you must learn. It is used in simplification, in geometry, as it makes the math easier. It, rather than spending time to do something in math, it helps you to like skip those things. You learn what they are later on while you do calculations. So what does highest common factors and lowest common multiple means? To do that, we need to know about the later things that comes in UHF and LCM. So we have UHF, highest common factor, and LCM. The answer is hidden inside the name. Common factors means, well, factors, and multiples mean multiples. Let's understand what they are. So first of all, let's start with UHF. I have done some practice before anything. So what does UHF means? Well, UHF means, well, UHF, in UHF we need to understand factors. Factors means what numbers give you the integers. For example, 4. which number multiplied will give us the number 4. For example, 2 multiplied 2 is 4. So the multiple one of the 2 multiplied 2 is 4. So the one of the factor that gives us 4 is 2. So 2 is factor of 4. 1 multiplied 4 gives us 4. So 1 is one of them and 4 is one of them. Is there any other number that gives us 4? That does 3 multiply 1 gives us 4? Does 3 multiply 2 gives us 4? Well, no. So after 3 they are all higher numbers. So the factors of 4 is 2, 1, 4. This is factors. Now what does common factor means? When finding common factors, let's take two numbers. Let's take 6 and 4. First of all, list their factors. What that number gives them 6. The answer, one of them is always 1. Then we have 2. 2 multiplied 3 gives us 6. So the one of them. 4 cannot give us 6. 5 cannot give us 6. 6 can give 6 on the 6 can give us 6. So it is one of them. After that, they are higher number, so it cannot go up after that. So the factor of 6 is 1, 2, 3, 6. Then factor of 4. 2 to the 4, so one of them. 3 cannot give us, 4 can give us them. After that are the higher numbers, so it cannot give us 4. So these the common factor of 4 is 1, 2 and 4. Now let's check these numbers. The common factor of 6 is 1, 2, 3, 6, and the common factor of 4 is 1, 2, 4. Let's check which things are common factor. So what's are common? 1 is common and 2 are common. 3 is not common to 4 and 6 is not common to 4. So the only common factors are 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 are common. Which is the answer then? Well, as the answer is, the question is highest common factor, we need to find the highest among 1 and 2. Well, obviously 2 is the highest. So the answer of LCF of 2, 6 and 4 is, well, you guessed it, it is 2. Similar to that, we have LCM. LCM, on the other hand, is quite opposite to, well, LCF. Let's understand them one by one. In LCF, it was common factor. In LCF, factored means, well, basically the which is gave us the factor. In 6 and 4 we had 1, 2, 3 and 6. In 4 we had 1, 2 and 4, and we choose 1 and 2 as a common factor. In LCM is quite the opposite. If LCF was the multiple, if was focused on integer, LCM is focused on multiple. In short, LCM is basically multiplication table. For example, let's take multiple of 2. When we say multiple of 2, it just means multiplication table. So 2 ones are 2, 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8. 2 2s are 4. Is that 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8, 2 5s are 10, and so on. Then we have, let's say, 6. Multiple of 6 is 6 1s are 6, 6 2s are 12, 6 3s are 24, 6 let's say 6 4s are 30, 6 5s are 36. That's it. Sorry, 35. And this is now these are the multiplication table. Now we'll see which is multiplication. Let's take another number. 6 multiplication table is wrong. So let's take 6. Let's do multiplication. 6 1s are 6. 6 2s are 12. Yes, 12. 6 3s are 18. 6 4s are 6 6 4s are 24, 6 5s are 30, and 6 6 are 36. Now let's check which now we have done the multiple table. Let's find the common multiple then. 2 is not common to 6, 4 is not common to 12, 6 is common to 6 here, 12 is not common to anything, 18 is not common to 18 and 18 is common here. So there is 2 common, 2 and 16. Previously in HCF we find the highest common factor, which is the biggest, but in LCM is not possible, as 2 and 6 has infinite multiplication tables and the last is always the biggest, so we need to find the lowest multiple. So in here the lowest is 2, so the answer between the least common multiple of 2 and 6 is 2. This is LCF and HCF. In LCF, you find the highest common factor. Factor meaning which number gives us the designated integers. In LCM is basically multiplication table, and we find the lowest answer of the multiplication table between two numbers. This is one of the method of doing, listing them out, saying which is the smallest or the biggest, and finding the answer. This is one of the easiest. But if you had to, if it is limited to the small numbers, but if it was number like 256, 210, it would be harder. To tackle that, we have some method of doing that. Of method which will allow us to do the same calculation but easier. For example, let's take 6 and let's say 18. Let's find HCF and LCM of these two. First of all, let's find LCM. What it is basically multiplication division table. We just divide them. First of all, we divide them with same number. So 2 is a 16 and 2 9s are 18. Now here's the problem. You got two different numbers, but worry not. What you need to do is we need to just focus on things. We start with the lowest number to divide. If the lowest number cannot divide it, then only we move to the higher level. We can still divide the lower number. We cannot divide 2 by 9, but we can still divide 8. We can use 8. 2 4 is 8. Then what about 9? We just bring this out. So until we cannot divide by 2, we'll use this and bring down the 9. 2 1s are 2. Now only now we cannot multiply 2 with 1. Then we'll use 3. So 3 1 is here. 3 3 is a 9. And 3 1s are 3. So this is our LCM. This is our answer. So what we'll do now? So we'll see. We have used this thing to get up to the last option, these numbers. So we'll list them. So they are 2 multiply 2 multiply 2 multiply 2 multiply 3 multiply 3 multiply 1 multiply 1. Now what now? Well, we'll basically multiply them all. So whatever the answer, when we multiply them, 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4, 4 4s are 16, 16 multiplied by 3, whatever the answer is the LCM. You could use the calculator. Now yes, to the LCF. LCF is little bit different than that. So LCF of 18 and 16, 6 I guess. What we did 6 or 16, right? 16. So LCF 18 and 16 is, let's list them. Previously in LCM we did in the same bracket, but in LCF we do it separately. So 2 9s are 18, 3 3s are 9, 2 8s are 16, 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4. Now we will list them. So 18 factors are 2 3, sorry, numbers are 2 3 3. Then in LCM it is 16 is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. What now? Well, we'll see which common sorry, let's do this. Let's do a little bit of we have space here. So 16 and 18 is our, we need to find the HF here. 16 and 18, 2 8s are 16, 2 9s are 2 9s are 18, 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4, 3 3s are 9, 3 1s are 3, 2 1s are 2. So this is our answer. Let's list them. So 16 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 1, and 18 is 2 into 3 into 3 into 1. But now what? Now we'll basically see which things are common in here. 2 and 2 are common, 2 and 3 is not common, 2 and 3 is not common, 2 and 3 is not common, 1 and 3 is not common, 2 and 3 not common, 2 and 3 not common, 1 and 3 not common, 1 and 1 common. So we have 2 and 1 as our answer. Now we'll multiply which are common. 2 multiplied 1 is 2. So the answer is 16 and 18 is 2. The highest common factor is 2. Let's check if this is correct or not. So to 16 we will get 2 8s are 6, 2 8s are 16, and 2 9s are 16. So we already see 2. The 2 is our answer. We found the we found the in HF. Let's go to HF. Highest common factor means the biggest, right? Sorry. So highest common factor means the biggest. Is 2 the biggest among 16 and 18? If is there nothing else that matches? So 2 8s are 16, 2 8s are 16, 2 these are basically that. So if we lose them, 2 8s are 16, 2 so 2 let's list them. 16 for 16 it is 2, 8 can give 4, 8 will 4 8 is 16, so 4. These are the least common multiple of 16. Can any other thing can give us this? No. For 18 it is similar, it is 2 3 9 and 18. So this is the factor of them. Among these, 2 is the smallest, 2 is the highest, so 2 is the answer. If it was 3, 3 would be the highest, but as there is only 2, 2 is the highest between 16 and the 18. This is your chef and LCM. Today I will be ending this now. This is our chapter close for our LCF and LCM. If you need to watch much more practice and other things, please be sure to check out my video as I try to teach in much more easier math fashion. Tomorrow we'll be learning about fraction. Thank you.